Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have a Val heavy rack, and I don't think there's a 7 here, so I might just go ahead and change. What do I change? I might just play EO here for 4. That's paid off. Isolate currently plays in a number of spots. Let's see what opponent does. I don't see any bingos through these floaters. Now the M floater represents the opportunity of a 4-timer, presents that opportunity. I wonder if there is something through the M. Let's see what isolate scores here. 71. And isolate here. 75. I'm not seeing a 4-timer. I think I'll go with this isolate for 75. Not a bad pickup. I do have a Z. The Z for score, so Z 53, not a bad, or maybe even Z. Opponent goes there but provides an even better Z spot. ZE there for 63. Yeah, go with that. I draw another U, so 2 U's and a Y, not ideal. Shan't be scoring fantastically on the next turn, I don't think. Right, opponent's play of woe presents a scoring opportunity for me with YU. That enables me to get rid of one of the U's, but I quite like UE here for 34. Okay, a little bit better. I've got the CH combo, which is pretty good. Slouched through an E. No E available. Front hooks for UE. I'm thinking of double OEY. There's a few 5-letter words following double OEY, which sounds similar to UE. So, yeah, not sure if there are any, apart from the Q, if there are any other front hooks for UE. Theme takes an S, I think. Opponent's play of Ned keeps the board quite tight. Now slouch does play here quite nicely for 33, and I think I'll go ahead and play that one. Not a great pickup. I draw the Q, but the blank. The rest of the rack pretty poor. I might actually change on this next. Chav, opponent scores 36. What about cat? I don't like the triple N. If I pick up another couple of consonants, I'm back to square one. So what about exchanging? Because that S floater is really useful for bingos. Only one N to come, so I might hang on to an N and a T. Actually, there are 4 T's to come. What to do? I might keep the T. The N and the T go well together. So NT blank, let's see what happens. Nice. Defiant works quite nicely. Infested through the S. Theme takes, yeah, I think it's an S. But defiant plays above the I as well. What about this V? Not seeing anything through the V. F and V a bit clunky together. What about the A? Not seeing it. The L. Got fainted as well, and DI. But I'm wondering if there's a higher scoring bingo available. Wow, that A looks very useful. Defiant, but yeah, intifada, no. Fan. Wow, this is an interesting position to be in. Do I not bingo and just play something like fanned for 36, or do I definitely bingo? I think I do bingo here, even though opponents are likely to get a good score through the A. Is there definitely nothing with the A? Defiant. I was thinking of deflating, but that's a 9. Defiant. I think I'll go with fainted. $64. Couldn't see something through the eye. Taboo. Vatu. If opponent plays underneath, I've got bit. Oh, I don't have bit. FI is no good. I really hope opponent takes this spot, but I have a feeling he's going to take this bottom left corner, which is not great because I can't do much at all. I suppose I can play bit here. Miserly 18. Vita 14. What a poor pickup. Opponent taking some time as well with this move, perhaps close to a bingo. Perhaps close to a 9 timer, in which, oh, okay, that's worked out well because I can get rid of the V and the U in one hit. Okay, now the B and the M, not great together, but I do have some options. Looking for B and M hotspots. Bomb closes down bingo lanes, which I'm keen to do at this stage. Not a bad rack leave. Opponent plays toga and creates another couple of lanes. I think I'll still stick with bomb. Not a great pickup. The blank is good, but the duplicate eyes. Diapente, not quite. The A duplicates a tile on the rack, so not ideal. And the G, I have the pig component of a word, but nothing jumping out there. Another T to play through, but that duplicates a tile on the rack. Opponent scores 25 for all. Now Moy takes an L. I don't have an L. What about a play of paid? Scores nothing, but pretty good rack leave. Front hooks for pwn. Don't know if there are any. Okay, what to do here? Paid, yeah, I think I'll go with paid. Bit vowel heavy here. Wow, look at the consonant vowel ratio. I don't mind having a vowel heavy rack when I see the imbalance there. Look at all these R's to come. So, opponent needs a bingo to win. What will he do? Etiolate, almost. Etiolate. If I played off maybe the opponents exchanged 5. What to do? I might play it here. Right, that's a little bit better. Does the T now help this rack? Ageists. Doesn't Spone. Spone is no good, no. What about playing through pin? Maybe a word ending in ing. So, can't see it. Wow, bangster. Opponent bingo's there, but he provides an N. So I should be bingoing with an INGS. Bingo. Seatings or teamings. Tearings. 70, that's quite nice. Maybe nothing ending in an S. Saginate. It won't fit. It will. Saginates. Saginate. 68. Slightly lower score, but it doesn't leave the S for a QINS play, for example, or a saginate. Okay. I draw the X, and opponent has the Q. Can he play? Well, he's got cat potentially there. Any X hotspots? Nope. I have exit. And okay, opponent plays cat there. And he's hoping, I think, for an ONG. Like he could play wrong, RONG, for quite a big score. So I think I better remove that as a possibility. Or even long. Yeah, I'm not going to allow that to happen. So how best to remove that? Maybe just racks. Although it doesn't score much, it denies opponent a 40-point play. So it's got some strategic merit. The only NG word it would be ngwee, I think, NGWEE, and that's not going to happen. So racks for 20. Juiced doesn't play anywhere, but is Ozed good? Because then I would have had Jedi. That would be quite... I don't think Ozed is good, yeah. Might be. Doubtful though. That would be a nice score. What else to do with the J? I have AJ on the rack. AJI. Don't see a spot for that. Yeah, opponent would have had long or wrong. So I'm glad I blocked that. Yeah, about 40 points. That play would have earned him. Jedi and Ozed. Other J spots. JUS at a minimum. Or JEE. With an A front hook later. Now oil takes a Y, so opponent will be looking to play NY. I don't mind about that. Let's try Jedi, Ozed, Pine and Nodi. Yeah, didn't think Ozed was good, so... Opponent's definitely not going out with NRRY. So I could play Oiled just to deny my opponent the option of playing NY and Oily. And then I could play Agi or Jug later, Juga. Because opponent can't really play... Oh, he could play his Y there. So, do I have another good J? Oh, I think I'll go with this. Oiled. And then add Juice. I'll play Juice if Juga is taken. Jug, Juga. And opponent's got NR. Don't think he'll go out with that. But I do have ice here for 8 to go out. And if opponent takes that spot, well, I'm sure I've got another CI, Sis and Sit. That's actually a better score. Oh, opponent does go out. So final score 467 to me, 353 to opponent. Thank him for the game. Let's see what we missed. Back to the beginning. And Aioli suggested at the outset of the game with that first rack, but yeah, I just felt that if I picked up 2 consonants after dumping IO, or even 1 consonant, I had a fair chance at bingoing the following turn. So I went with EO. Opponent has Fenman for 25. Didn't actually know that one. Goes with Fem. And then Isolate for 75. Looks fine. Opponent has Pone for 24. And Open for 26. And gives me a 63-point power play with the Z. Yeah. Then opponent's got Woe for 30. Looks fine. And Ue's for 46. Wow. M3. RPU Ue Zells. That is massive. I was so blinkered on this spot that I didn't consider any other area of the board. So it just shows you how it is important to take a moment, spot a candidate play, look for a better one, because there often is a better one available. Ue not bad, but definitely second to Ue's at M3. Lined for 29. Opponent goes with Ned. Slouch for 46. I thought I'd played that. 12J. Oh, look at that. Slouch. Again, that same concept of finding a good play and then searching for a better one. Now, Slouch does leave the H hanging in the trip lane, so it's likely to give back about 30 to 40 points. So that does soften the effect of missing a large score, because Slouch at 12D across didn't give back massive easy scores to opponent. Mind you, there was a C there, so he did have options. So I think Slouch still better, but not by a huge amount. Chav looks best for opponent from that position. Now Trank using the blank for 35. As you can see, the exchange very similar in equity, so I preferred to search for the bingo. Opponent had Ali, which he went for. Now Snifted for 79, M9. Of course, Snifted would have been a better score, and I went for Fainted for 64. Now opponent's got a pretty good rack, apart from the K, making it a little bit trickier to bingo. Goes with, what does he go with? Kent, and then I had Vatu for 33. That's best. Opponent doesn't have a bingo here. Goes with Toga. And now my thought was block the bingo lanes. Bomb only scored in the teens, but it took out the A and the V. That was my thinking. Birdman, armband through the AN. Where was the AN? C3. There. Armband. Okay. Bomb. Yep. So opponent's got a few options here in the 20s with a pretty good rack leave. Goes with or for 25. Now no bingo here. I did take a while with this move, trying to work out how to balance the rack and control the board at the same time, and I think Paid achieved that in this position, but 6D was a higher score. Across the top of Fainted, but I liked the idea of taking out the G and the A, which Paid did achieve. And even though opponent wasn't close to a bingo, I think it was the right move with the one of the blanks unseen. Why leave two floaters when opponent needs a bingo to win? So that was my thinking. And look at that. Opponent exchanges. I had Notitia, or Notitia, I think it's pronounced. Notitia. But that's a 5 vowel 8, so pretty gutted to have missed that. I've played it at least 10 times before. And yeah, it's one that I usually spot. So that bit disappointed to have missed that one. Anyway, opponent's got Bangster. And he wouldn't have been able to play his bingo. Mind you, if I gave him a few floaters, he might have still been able to play through the O or the I. No. It was only the O that was really of use for him, because the I wouldn't have been out in the open. So Notitia would have prevented him from bingoing. Vestigia. Wow, look at that. That's quite nice. I went with Artsiganes. There was a string, loads of bingos. Probably through the G would have been better, but the reason I was looking at the N is it took out 3 useful floaters. If I played through the G, then the A still remains available, but that takes out 3 floaters pretty much, useful ones. Opponent nowhere near a bingo, but does score reasonably well with the Q. Still a bingo behind, so he can't win from this point. Adieu, 15J, look at that. Omar and Adieu. Wow, that would have been a sterling play. A 50-pointer. And I would have almost certainly gone out on the next turn. Well, maybe not, because there was only 1 vowel in the bag, but a good chance. So I went with Rax, and the reason I chose that was because wrong or long would have scored about 40, and I just didn't want to give that type of score to opponent when I could restrict it. So Lore for 7, and then Juga for 34. This is the point at which I spotted Oily and NY for 24 points, and I didn't want opponent to have those points, so I went with Oiled, noticing that there were no real scoring spots on the board with those tiles. Opponent goes with Dry, and then Juga for 34, and then opponent goes out with Earn. So pretty good game. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.